Yo, what's going on YouTube? What's going on everybody, man? Welcome back to the channel. How are you guys doing out there today, man? I hope you're well. All right, so we're back here, first time reaction, I should say, with the Clash London Call-In, man. This is a donation request via Buy Me a Coffee. So thank you so much for the donation request. Really appreciate that. Thank you. For anyone that's interested in making a donation request, all the descriptions are down below with links and ways that you can make that donation request. Okay, we're gonna move forward with this one. Gonna be checking out the Clash London Calling. Now, I haven't ever heard the Clash music before. If they have a popular hit on the radio, maybe I've heard it, but to my knowledge, I do not know. I just know I've heard the name, The Clash, the band, The Clash. I don't know what style of music they do, what genre. So we're going to go ahead and jump into this one, see what we're getting into, man, and see what The Clash is all about right here. Here we go.
To the faraway towns, now war is declared and battle come down. London calling to the underworld, come out of the cupboard, you boys and girls. London calling, now don't look to us, phony Beatlemania has bitten the dust. London calling, see we ain't got no swing except for the ring of the truncheon thing. The ice age is coming, the sun's zooming in, meltdown expected, the wheat is going thin, engines stop running, but I have no fear, cause London is drowning. I live by the river, to the imitation zone, forget it brother, you can go it alone. London calling to the zombies of death, quit holding out and draw another breath. London calling, and I don't wanna shout, but while we were talking, I saw you nodding out. London calling, see we ain't got no hide, except for that one with the yellowy eyes. The ice age is coming, the sun's zooming in, engines stop running, the wheat is going big, a nuclear error, but I have no fear, cause London is drowning. I live by the river. The ice age is coming, the sun's zooming in, engines stop running, the wheat is going thin, a nuclear error, but I have no fear, cause London is drowning. I live by the river. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, oh, oh. Now get this. London calling, yes, I was there too, and you know what they said, well, some of it was true. London calling at the top of the dial, and after all this, won't you give me a smile?
Sick.
I never felt so much alike.
Sick. I like it, man. I can feel the intensity here with the Clash. They remind me a little bit, and only in a I wonder if they drew inspiration from them type of way, is the Who. I wonder if they were inspired by the Who a little bit, because I've done some of the Who songs where their energy is just up there. You can kind of feel this chest pump out, like we're coming in the song with attitude, man. We are, we're gonna make a statement here, and that's kind of the feeling I was getting this whole vibe with London Calling, where these guys were coming out to make a statement. The lead singer, he was loud, he was in your face right there, man, and just with some angst, like we got to make a change here. I thought I heard a shot taken at the Beatles, kind of like, hey, we're done with this phony Beatlemania type of stuff. Kind of ushering in a new sound of music. It makes me think of like the grunge era when I guess glam rock and you know, all that kind of stuff they say was what it was at the point. It was all glam rock and, you know, glam metal. And then you had the grunge wave, which is what I grew up kind of in the mid to late end of that. Is you got this grunge wave that just came sweeping in and changed the face of music, and it became like this new angst of we've had enough of this sound, man. Time to usher in a new period in time. And it's one of my favorites personally. I grew up in the grunge. I love Alice in Chains, you know, Pearl Jam, and even of course Rage Against the Machine isn't typically grunge, but they were birthed in that era. You got some stuff by Tool, not grunge either, but still 90s rock. Really good stuff in my opinion that came out of that period. That's kind of the feeling I'm getting right here with the Clash, is maybe bringing in a new sound, saying wake up, man, we've had enough. But I don't know. I got to take a deeper dive and see if it's purely talking about, like I said, bringing in a new style of music or what. But I like the sound. I like the rawness, the attitude you kind of get with this. I'm here for it, man. All right, so we've got London Calling right here. It says released in 1979, so right on the edge of the 80s stuff. We've got it called post-punk and punk rock. Definitely was getting some punkish vibes on this one, but good punk, man. Like I said, I've heard some bad punk growing up, man, where some of my friends, they would put on some stuff and I'd just be like, nah, man, like that ain't for me. This is the good stuff, not fully chaotic and no cadence, you know, because that's the kind of punk I've heard. It's really loud, it's clashing so many different sounds, the singers are not good, it's just super chaotic, a lot of screaming, and I'm just like, nah, man, it's just no pill for me sometimes with some of the punk. I consider this good punk, though. This is where it probably, you know, was birthing a good sound, and then some people got way too far with it and messed it up, in my opinion. So that's just my personal taste. This I can get down with, though. London Calling is a song by British punk rock band The Clash. It was released as a single from the band's 1979 double album of the same name. Yeah, so we got the title track right here. The song was written by Joe Strummer and Mick Jones. The title alludes to the BBC World Service Station identification song, This is London Calling, which was used during World War II, often in broadcast to occupied countries. The lyrics reflect the concern felt by Strummer about world events with a reference to a nuclear era. The incident at the 3 Miles Island, which occurred earlier in 1979, Joe Strummer has said, we felt that we were struggling, about to slip down a slope or something, grasping with our fingernails, and there was no one to help us. Yeah, so it's more about big world issues, not necessarily about a new coming of music, as I thought. And I guess the Beatles reference early on made me feel that way. I was catching some of the doomsday kind of concerns going on with the lyrics, but I still thought maybe they were just metaphors. But it sounds like he's actually talking about events going on in the world, saying, you know, this is gonna be the death of us, man. You know, we've got to find better ways to do this, man. So the line "London is drowning, and I live by the river" comes from the concerns of the river. All right, I had to look up this word real quick because I've got it wrong before. So it's River Thames. I said River Thomas or something. Thomas, River Thames. Okay, so comes from concerns that the rivers Thames flooded, most of the central London would drown, something that led to the construction of the Thames Barrier. Okay, so even concerns with that, we're talking about environmental concerns right here, a weather disaster. Strummer's concerns for police brutality is evident through the lines, "We ain't going to swing except for the ring on that truncheon thing," as the Metropolitan Police at the time had a truncheon. I'm probably even saying that word wrong. As a standard issued equipment. Social criticism also features through references to the effects of the casual drug taking. "We ain't got no high except for that one with the yellow eyes." So he's talking about a lot of societal issues here. I'm trying to see what we've got here. So this is what he's talking about here, I guess, as far as getting beat, you know, pretty much down by these clubs and stuff from the military. It sucks that, you know, there's been forms of police brutality forever, man. I've seen some videos recently of like the body cams capturing cops planting evidence, stuff like that. It sucks, man, because it still happens. They had pulled over this couple, and in the video it talks about that the only thing that you need to justify your reason for probable cause is to say somebody smelled like weed. Okay, so you say, I think I smell weed, because a video camera can't capture smells, right? So if you say you smell weed, there's no way to prove that you didn't smell weed. So you pull over people who you suspect might be up to no good. You don't find anything when you take them out. Well, they had tackled the passenger to the ground and hurt him. So at that point, they have to find something, otherwise that person can sue them. So they planted evidence, right? And it's kind of weird to think that these cops walk around with drugs on their bodies and in their squad cars when you're supposed to be taking that stuff off the street. But they took it, they planted it in the center console, and the body cam footage captures him. He's not even like trying to hide it. He literally puts it there and just says, I found something, picks it right back up, and they got caught. So I know when we talk about police brutality, it's a sensitive subject. Some people just don't believe it happens, but there's literally videos out there proving it happens all the time, including planting evidence. So I like that there's bands that use their platform to bring spotlights to these issues. And with the internet and stuff like that nowadays, man, it's getting harder and harder for them to hide and get away with that kind of behavior. So I'm happy for that, man. They need to be held accountable and taken down, man. Put behind bars as they do to other people. So good stuff, man. With the Clash here, I like the sound, what they were doing. Let's take a little look at the band, though. All right, so with the Clash, we have their years active from 1976 to 1986. Very short stint. I would have thought these guys were still around, because sometimes when I've heard the band's name before, and I'm like, okay, I don't know anything by those guys, but I've heard the name. I find most times they're still around today. They're still out there doing big things, but these guys, they stopped. They got a lot of members, a lot of past members, but very short-lived group. So we got punk rock, new wave, post-punk, reggae, experimental rock. They did a lot of things in 10 years, and they're straight out of London, England. Well, it says right here, they had the breakup. This is a lot to go into, but they ended up having their breakup, disintegration and breakup right here. We go down, it says collaborations, reunions, and Strummer's death from 1986 to present. So maybe in some capacity, the members are still out there doing some of their songs, but it looks like they no longer have Mr. Strummer with them, man. But it looks like maybe to some extent they're out there still performing. Just wants to look at Joe Strummer right here. It says he actually died in 2002 at the age of 50, man. Still relatively young. I see a lot of people go pretty early on in life. And just looking at his cause of death, it says that he was found by his wife, and an autopsy showed that he died from a heart attack caused by an undiagnosed congenital heart defect. Oh, man. Damn. I would assume probably up until that point, he was probably still doing music and whatnot. So, well, thank you guys for tuning in here today, man. Thank you so much. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the reaction, learning a little bit about the band right here with me, and I got to learn a little bit as well, man. If you guys enjoyed, please don't forget to like, subscribe. Check out the descriptions down below for other ways you can help the channel. Really appreciate that, man. And with that being said, I'm gone. I'll see you on the next one, all right? Peace.